What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is going to be this American's new super fighter jet shocked the world. I feel like this is clickbait. No, hear me out. One, the thumbnail is absolutely wham. That is whack. It may be about this. I am only assuming, but I'm so intrigued to see it just off a thumbnail. But we did do a reaction to the aircraft carrier that shocked the world not too long ago from this exact channel. It was a little bit of clickbait. One, the video was only 2 months old, and that aircraft carrier had been around for about 4 years, I believe. I learned so much about it anyway, which is why I'm doing this video, because whether it's clickbait or not, there's going to be an aircraft we're talking about, a fighter jet, and I'm going to learn about it, whether you guys potentially know about it, and maybe you'll learn something new. So, don't smash that dislike button, because it's not me doing the clickbait. I'm just following their tile. You know, my hands are up. And hopefully we're both going to learn something today. Smash that like button. I'd seriously appreciate it. Let me know any other videos similar to this, which maybe potentially isn't less clickbaity. And is maybe more informative. I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming wrong. Let's assume there's no clickbait in this video, and we're going to see something what shocked the world. I am keen. It's probably going to shock me no matter what. So let me know any other videos in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Content like this all the time. And let's check it out. The American's new, apparently new, I don't know, super fighter jet that shocked the world. What we got?
Developers strive to endow the already known mechanisms with some additional properties that expand the scope of their use.
Yep.
Progress promoted by military engineers. This thesis is confirmed by the American helicopter and rotorcraft manufacturer Bell Helicopter, which is famous for its non-trivial technical solutions. So, welcome to the future.
Indulge me into the future. I am ready to be taken. Let's go.
Recently, Bell Helicopter presented 3 concepts of the high-speed airborne platform, HSVTOL. High-speed vertical takeoff and landing. Light, medium, and heavy, with weights from 4,000 to 100,000 pounds. It follows from this that the concepts have different dimensions, which means that they have different combat missions, but the technology is the same. That is, it is planned to create a whole new line of devices, ranging from strike UAV to a military transport vehicle of the Lockheed C-130 Hercules class. Prospective vehicles combine the capabilities of vertical takeoff and landing, hovering speed, large operating range, United States Marine Corps and Air Force. Recall that the V-22 combines the individual characteristics of an airplane and a helicopter. 2 Rolls-Royce T-406 engines housed in pivoting nacelles at opposite ends of the wing.
What a beast! During
takeoff and landing, the main rotors operate according to the helicopter scheme.
Yeah, I do feel like we randomly are going into cutscenes like Star Wars and stuff like that, which means literally nothing to the video. But I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to intrigue us. I feel like it's very similar. I want to say an Osprey. I may be wrong again. I'm not 100% familiar. I am learning. But isn't it an Osprey, the ones which they go up like that and it turns and it faces up maybe? Very similar to these, but maybe they're not as fast. It just seems like an upgraded version of them. Don't get me wrong, it is insane. And the fact that it can carry out strikes and stuff like that. Yo, I'm on board with it. Again, it's technology, it's advancing. I am on board.
Therefore, the gondolas stand upright. In horizontal flight, the propellers work as pulling, and with some maneuvers, they're able to work as pushing. The gondolas can rotate almost 98 degrees. To reduce dimensions during parking, transportation, or storage, the wing turns and the propellers fold.
I tell you what, it does look slick though, doesn't it? Because the Osprey I was talking about is very clunky, very big. It does look slick. Like, you've got to give it that.
The difference between the HSVTOL concept and the V-22 Osprey primarily concerns the power plant operation algorithm. As conceived by the designers, the propellers are driven by electric motors, which are located in the flaps. They will receive energy from a single gas turbine power plant. And during horizontal flight, a car switches to jet thrust. At such a time, propellers are folded into a bundle for better aerodynamics. Naturally, the speed on the gas turbine unit will be higher than on the propellers of the pulling constructions. Thus, the concept combines a helicopter and a jet plane. Though the speed of 460 miles per hour is still far from the characteristics of a full-fledged jet fighter,
Yeah.
But for a transport aircraft or UAV, and this option
not
is
bad.
also provided, such speed characteristics are quite suitable. Note that 460 miles per hour is faster than any helicopter. And if the concept can also actively maneuver at low altitude, then it can perform a wider range of tasks than a helicopter.
I like it. You know, you combining a helicopter into a jet, meeting in the middle and going, yeah, it may not be superior to a jet. It may not be that good, but it's going to do all the jobs of that one and be a bit faster. So it's a bit more of an upgrade without spending the money on a jet or having a jet, which can't do what the helicopter thing. It's the best of both worlds, baby. I love it. It's like gravy, baby.
The survival rate will also be higher. Here the question may arise, isn't it easier to make a helicopter fly faster? Unfortunately, this is not possible because the helicopter layout has reached its speed limit.
Oh, wow.
The maximum speed of modern helicopters is limited by such phenomenon as the stall on the rotor blades. The unofficial speed record during descent and horizontal flight of a helicopter is about 300 miles per hour.
Nowhere
The
near
record
what we
belongs
can
to
get
the
now.
X3 rotorcraft, the brainchild of Eurocopter. But there we are talking only about demo models so far. For
Okay.
existing machines, the speed ceiling remains at 200 to 210 miles per hour.
Yo, not even half.
Let's go back to the
Wow,
Bell helicopter
big
concept.
increase.
Of the obvious shortcomings of the development, we note the complex and therefore potentially vulnerable to breakdowns folding propellers design. This is the weak point of the concept.
Okay.
In addition, the transition from jet flight mode to vertical takeoff and landing is very difficult. First, the apparatus must slow down and not collapse while the propellers unfold and are brought into working position. In the V-22 Osprey Tiltrotter, this process occurs more naturally. Swivel nacelles with propellers gradually change position, and the apparatus switches from horizontal mode to vertical smoothly and imperceptibly.
Yeah, that is the Osprey I was talking about. A lot more clunky. Obviously doesn't have the jet feature as well. There you go. I
As you
was
might
right for a
guess,
change.
in the new development, these multi-directional processes should occur simultaneously. After all, an aircraft engine is responsible for horizontal flight, while the helicopter mode, its electric propellers. What will
Okay.
keep the aircraft in the air while the flight pattern changes? Bell
That is a good point. I'm just going to change them and you just start dropping. Has the jet kicked in yet? We're getting a bit close. Has the jet kicked in? We're going to hit the ground. You know what I mean? I'll be panicking, man.
helicopter spokesman Jeff Nessen did not elaborate, unless you count his phrase, critical magic, as a technical term. However, the hopes of Bell helicopter spokesman Jeff Nissen and representatives of the U.S. Air Force are understandable. In case of successful implementation of a new concept, several problems are solved at once. First, the military gets a compact, light-type tiltrotter to deal with delicate tasks. For
Okay.
example, an unmanned vehicle can conduct reconnaissance, surveillance, and remote control, escort other aircraft, or carry out an evacuation mission of 1 or 2 people from the combat zone.
All right.
The HSVTOL concept travels twice as fast as a helicopter. Plus, tiltrotter does not need a special runway. A small platform for the compact device is quite enough.
Yep.
In addition, the compact light design can be placed in a transport plane and flown to anywhere in the world. Here it is appropriate to recall the military exploits of the V-22. On May 3, 2011, on board the V-22 Osprey was the body of Osama bin Laden, who was killed during a secret special operation,
wow.
was transported from the Bagram Air Base to the aircraft carrier Carl Vinson.
Okay.
Second, the medium-type HSVTOL concept model can be used for larger-scale operations, the evacuation of combat groups or groups affected by a natural disaster. Rescue operations are an important part of not just war, but also peaceful life. But the most interesting perspectives open before HSVTOL Type Heavy. Its cargo transportation and amphibious operations, and in general, HSVTOL Type Heavy is useful whenever the Air Force and the Navy uses the legendary Hercules. After all,
Okay.
sooner or later, the time will come when the Lockheed C-130 will require replacement.
Yeah.
Finally,
There is always a time where it needs replacement. That is very true.
replacements are also requested for the V-22 Osprey. As John McCain said, Lord have mercy on John, the V-22 looks great when it's not idle for repairs. That is,
Yeah,
the
again, it's old-fashioned, it's bulky. I imagine it's quite bad with repairs.
military has a claim on the reliability of the Osprey. Let's recall some incidents featuring Osprey.
Okay.
For example, in 2017, off the coast of Australia, An MV-22B crashed while landing on a landing transport Green Bay.
Oh, wow.
There were 26 people on board the Tiltrotter. Fortunately, 23 of them were saved.
Wait, did we say 27 people?
2B crashed while landing on a landing transport Green Bay. There were 26 people on board the
26. Oh, 3 died. That's awful, man. Again, luckily 23 did come out of it, but man, that is awful. My heart goes out to them.
Tiltrotter. Fortunately, 23 of them were saved. In the same year, near El Beida, Yemen, the USMC MV-22 made a hard landing and was destroyed.
Oh,
The
wow.
incident happened during the evacuation of a U.S. Navy Special Forces group. One
Oh,
man
what a
died,
bad time.
4 were injured. The biggest incident happened in 2000. Tiltrotter MV-22, assigned to 1st U.S. Marine Corps Helicopter Squadron, crashed while landing at the airport Marana in Arizona. The reason is an engine failure at an altitude of 75 meters.
Oh,
Then,
man.
19 people died.
Oh, that's awful.
The question
What?
remains, will the Pentagon dare to fund the concept program HSVTOL? After all, the previous development of the Bell V-22 Osprey did not come at a cheap price for the taxpayers. Recall that the only commercially available V-22 Tiltrotter was developed in the USA over 30 years.
Okay.
At first, great hopes were pinned on the apparatus. Then in mid-1992, the original order was reduced to 300 machines. As a result, in 2008, the Pentagon signed a contract for the supply of 167 V-22 Osprey converters for a total of $10.4 billion.
Oh, that's a lot of money,
It was
man.
estimated that each vehicle would cost about $62 million. But according to some data, the cost has increased and crossed the 100 million mark.
Oh,
To date, over
you know what? Instead of doing that, you could just throw me a cheeky $500,000. I'm not even asking for $1 million. Not even asking for that. Just a little $500,000. I'll take it.
350 units have been produced, and it seems the Pentagon has no plans to order new V-22 Ospreys.
I'm not surprised at that
This is
price.
probably why Bell Helicopter announced a new HSVTOL concept. Some military experts correctly note, in the pictures of HSVTOL concepts, what is more important is what is not visible there.
Okay.
The following is not visible there. Firstly, Bell Helicopter has a unique technology. Neither Russia nor China have anything like this.
Oh, the Americans like that, don't they? You guys love that. You know, you've got some of the Americans Chinese don't have. Stick it to them.
The experience of operating the V-22 shows that the benefits for the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Navy from them is obvious. It will be a shame if the topic of converto planes dies, because we know how quickly technologies are lost. It is enough to change the generation of engineers, and the task of implementing the HSVTOL concept will become unsolvable. This is also not visible in the concept pictures. In the design business, not only the drawings are important, but
Oh,
also
I thought that was crashing,
the
man.
knowledge and experience of specific engineers.
Okay.
Therefore, representatives of the company hastened to present HSVTOL without a prototype. In fact, we saw only images. Now, the ball is in the court of the Washington representatives.
I don't know if it shocked the world. I will be honest. I don't know if it has shocked the world, but it is pretty awesome, and I've learned about something new. And again, technology is advancing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of it as well, and I will see all you legends in the next one. Make sure you have a fantastic day, guys. Peace.